Let's create our first LinkedIn Ads dashboard on Google Looker Studio, and the first step is connecting our data. Go to Product Metrics, create a report, and as report type, you will select single data source because we are only connecting LinkedIn ads. Now I will connect my LinkedIn profile, so I will click on Add Account and add a new LinkedIn profile. Allow Product Metrics to retrieve all the ad accounts associated to your profile. I will click on Allow, and now I can select the profile I connected and also the ad account I want to visualize. Once they click on Create Report and our connection is ready, we will be redirected to Google Looker Studio, and once your report is loading, you will click on Save and Share in the top right corner, click on Acknowledge and Save, and our report is published. But this report has no data for this date range. I will change it. I will click on Select Date Range, and instead of automatic, I will select the last year of data and apply, and we have created our first LinkedIn Ads dashboard on Google Looker Studio. With this LinkedIn Ads dashboard, you can monitor your LinkedIn Ads KPIs as a funnel from conversion data like conversions, spend, cost per conversion, down to clicks, CTR, CPM, impressions, and so on, and segment this data by campaigns, by creatives, by audiences. This is another example for a campaign performance report where you take your campaign names and you break down by group name, and then you break down by creatives. And also we can take this table where you can see all your performance in a single view, and we can even break down by the objective type of these campaigns. This LinkedIn Ads creative report is more tactical because we can take any metric like ad spend, conversion, cost per conversion, CTR, and so on, and we can segment it at creative level, and you can visualize your actual creatives on this dashboard. Now, if I go to conversions, you can also monitor the different conversion types and conversion names and different attribution settings, just like post-click conversions and post-view conversions. And if you want to filter the particular conversion that you care about, you can go to conversion name and filter those. If I go to audiences report, to me, this is one of the most useful reports on LinkedIn ads, where you can segment your performance data by industry, by countries, by seniority, job function, job title, and my favorite companies. Think of this. If you take this report of the companies that you are reaching with your ads data and you compare it with your CRM, and you can find some of these companies on your CRM, that's how you can monitor the ROI of your LinkedIn ads data. With this funnel, you can understand in what step you are losing conversions or you are wasting ad spend, down from impressions, clicks to landing page, down to conversion, and you can segment this data as well by anything. With this LinkedIn Ads budget paging report, we could show how are we spending our money, how it compares versus our actual budget, and we could write a narrative for this for explaining to our audience, or we can visualize and compare our actual ad spend versus a target or a budget. And the final report is a summary where I can segment by date, by week, by month, or by quarter all the LinkedIn Ads KPIs that we want to monitor. This is the LinkedIn Ads report that we just created, and it is free. Now I will show you how to customize and create your own LinkedIn Ads report on Google Looker Studio. Okay, we have connected our LinkedIn Ads data to Google Looker Studio, and we have seen an overview of the LinkedIn Ads dashboard template that we prepared for you. Now I will show you how you can create and customize your own LinkedIn Ads dashboard. And the first step is that I will go to the pages of this report where it says page 1 of 8, and I will create a new blank page. In this blank page, I will add a chart. So I will go to add a chart, select the scorecard, and this is the most common visualization. The metric that I want to visualize is not month. I want to visualize conversions instead, and I want to add a sparkline or a time series so I can have more context of this data. As a sparkline, the reference dimension will be date. As you can see, this will create a time series, but we are not done. I also want to add a comparison date range, so I will turn on this toggle, and instead of none, I will select previous period, click on apply, and we have a complete scorecard, but I want to add more things to this dashboard. I will go again to add a chart, and this time I will create a table. And in this table, I want to break down those conversions by conversion name. As you can see, we already have a complete view of our conversions. We have 30,309 conversions. I am up 2% versus the last period. Over time, I can see how these conversions are going, and also I am breaking down by conversion name, but I want to change a little bit the styling here. So I will go to style and I will remove the round number. So this is cleaner. Now, I will want to add more metrics. I will actually duplicate this conversion scorecard, and instead of conversions, I would like to visualize cost per conversion. And if I duplicate it again, I will visualize my ad spend. I will say that these are the most important KPIs: your conversion, the cost per conversion, and how much ad spend you have in your campaigns. Now, I will change a little bit the sizing of this chart. So let me go here. First, I will choose a spend for this scorecard. And now I will drag and drop here. And I am occupying more space. And also I want to do the same with the conversion names. So these are the most important charts in this dashboard. I have the conversion, cost per conversion and spend. And below, I am breaking down my data by conversion name. If you want to add other metrics besides conversions like ad spend, impressions, clicks, and so on, you can do it, but I will continue with other visualizations. Now I will go to other chart, and this time I will create a standalone time series. So I will select it here, I will paste it here, and let's say that by date I want to visualize my conversions over time. Actually, Looker Studio did it by default for me, but let's change a little bit the styling. Here on the style, I will add a title. I could change the colors, I could change the margins, but only with the title I can have a description of this chart. So this chart will be performance over time. And I will bold this text. We're done. Also, I will name this table. So this table will be called something like top conversions. I want to see what are the most important conversions in my LinkedIn ads data. Here is the logic of how I always create dashboards. I start with some KPIs at the top. They can be conversion data, they can be sales, they can be funnels, metrics, engagement. You should choose the ones that are more similar to your revenue or to your bottom line. But then I segment this data by different levels, by campaigns, by time, by creative, by audience, and so on. That's how you analyze marketing data. So I will continue with this exercise. If I scroll down, I will add another chart. So instead of a chart, I can go as well to insert, and on insert I can choose a table, and I will paste it here. In the setup, the new dimension that I will use to segment my data won't be date, it will be campaign name, and I will add more metrics. Besides conversion, I can add cost per conversion, maybe I can add ad spend, and so on. And as a styling as well, remember, I can add a title to make this chart more descriptive. So I will turn on this, and the title of this table will be campaigns. What else I would like to do? As well, I would like to remove the round numbers. And I think we are almost done with this table. Let me just change the sizes here, the styling, and I also will make this bigger. But I also want to bold this text. So I want to bold this title, and here I will do actually two tables, one for campaigns and one for creative. So I am duplicating this table. Let me change the size here a bit. I will go to setup, and instead of campaign name, now I will choose the creative thumbnail image. I can bring more dimensions so I can visualize my creative, like the creative text, the creative title, the creative image, the creative URL. I am only choosing this time the creative image because images are very good to visualize here on Looker Studio. Now, as I told you, I can bring more dimensions. So here I also want to visualize the creative text, and now I have two tables: my campaign performance by campaigns and my creative performance, but this table should be named accordingly. So I will go to style, and instead of campaigns, this will be called creatives. And we are almost done. We are taking all our LinkedIn Ads KPIs and we are breaking down our data with total freedom, by creatives, by campaigns, by dates, by conversion names, by whatever. But let's continue with this. Now, I will also create a new table. I just duplicated this one. And in this setup, the new dimension will be this time the company name. So remember, with LinkedIn ads, we can actually also bring demographics data, another way to segment our data. So here, member company name will allow me to monitor my performance by the companies that I am reaching with my ad campaigns. What is the thing? Sometimes when the data is sensitive, maybe you cannot monitor your conversion data. So I will recommend you to use other metrics like impressions, clicks, or ad spend. And here, instead of cost per conversion, I want to visualize the engagement. I want to visualize what companies are interacting with my ads. Also in the styling, the title will be different. It will be companies. So as you can see with this table, we can see what companies are seeing our ads. I think this chart is beautiful and very useful because you can send this to your sales team and say, hey, you can reach out to these kind of companies because we are reaching out to them through our advertising. Or I can connect this table with our CRM so I can see, here I have some campaigns or companies I am reaching with ads. These campaigns are in my CRM that I can assume that LinkedIn ads is driving those companies. That's a way to measure your ROI, as I told you in another example in this video. I will duplicate this table and I will show you another way to break down the data. We'll go to setup and the dimension will be this time industry. So with industry, it is the same logic. Instead of visualizing companies, I can visualize what kind of companies I am monitoring. And as you can see, I am reaching technology, internet, management consulting, may be very relevant to my audience. So maybe our targeting is correct. And with this, I am almost done with our LinkedIn Ads dashboard. And with this, we are done with our LinkedIn Ads dashboard on Google Looker Studio. I will zoom out a little bit, and this is the whole structure of a LinkedIn Ads dashboard that you can customize way more than I did. As you can see, the logic is this. I take some KPIs and then I break down by levers, by campaigns, by creative, by company, by however I want, so I can analyze my data, I can find opportunities to improve, and I can win with my LinkedIn Ads data. I will see you in other tutorials for Looker Studio and for LinkedIn Ads. And this is how you can create a LinkedIn Ads dashboard on Google Looker Studio. Hope you have liked this video, and if you did, please follow us, leave a comment, or just talk to us on powermetrics.com. I will see you in another video. Bye.